find out what's going on, get involved, change things from the inside, make a difference, take pride. Multicultural at its best. The Luisa Marshall Show. Coming up.
Today, all new. Let's Talk series. Empowering Filipinos in Canada. An open forum facilitated by community advocates Francisco and Zeala Cortes to provide information and extend assistance to people affected with issues of abuse. Invited resource speakers took turns as they faced a very enthusiastic crowd that led to a meaningful and informative discussion.
Never give your credit card.
Multicultural Helping House, when some faceless cowards, they try to malign.
And on Spotlight, Breakfast with Santa 2012. Find out how unique this breakfast is. How Santa created a fun-filled breakfast with his friends. And more special highlights. All these coming up. November 30, 2012 at the Multicultural Helping House Society marks a huge step towards integrity based on unity and cleaning up the community. There are individuals and groups praying at the weaknesses and vulnerability of our kababayans in Canada. Empowering Filipinos in Canada's icon marker is the Walis Tingting, or broomstick, a symbol of principle based on unity and clean community. The forum was spearheaded by the couple Francisco and Zeala Cortes, both active community patrons, supported by various companies and pillars in the community. Everyone got together for a common vision: a prosperous and empowered Filipinos in Canada. Here's some highlights. Take a look. Minister of Multiculturalism of British Columbia, Honorable John Yap, extended his support and appreciation to the organizer and participants of this forum.
Said, it's simple really. It's making a decision, being part of the problem or part of the solution. We choose to be part of the solution. I think inaction, inactivity or just complaining, just airing out what's the problem is not part of the solution. So we want to give our focus more on the solution.
But it needs to start from us. By being quiet or shutting our mouths, nothing happens. Right? And we hear, like Zina and I, we've been hearing this for I think 3 years. People just complain and whine, and we're like, come on, how come no one has done anything about it? And then we met. And Steve goes, what's wrong with you Filipinos? All we hear is whining. We're like, Steve, that's exactly our sentiment. We hear all this complaint, but no one's doing anything about it because we need to come out, we need to speak out. And there's always people that's the platform. So.
Parliamentary Secretary of Asia Pacific Honorable Richard Lee attended, participated, and reached out to the participants that his MLA office is very much willing to extend assistance in solving the incidences of abuse in the Filipino community.
This is an opportunity for us to engage into the community as well. Thank you for the invitation. I would like to say that our office is actually helping anything provincial level.
Multi-decorated retired Vancouver police officer Dave Dixon calls the community for involvement.
If you come to Canada, the kids are targeted by gang members because the kids are new, so the gang members lure them in, and the kids are all alone, they don't have any friends in school yet, so they're very easily lured into the gangs. There's a lot of money involved. People that perpetrate frauds have gone to jail for quite lengthy sentences. It seems to be one of those crimes that the sentences are harsher than they are against property crimes or even serious assaults. The judges in the courts, the judicial system takes frauds very seriously. If somebody outright steals your credit card and uses it, that's a fraud and they can be charged with it. If they give you a check for something, knowing that there's no money in the account to cover that check, that's fraud.
While Officer Chad Ma was at the forum as one of the resource speakers.
If someone is intentionally passing bad checks, then that's fraud. So if you suspect that, call the police, make your report. What will happen is the police will look at the evidence that's there. If there's evidence that leads the police to believe that they're intentionally passing the bad checks, there's a pattern, there's evidence of that, then we can pursue that investigation. If you believe that they intentionally wrote that knowing it was going to bounce, and if you believe that, then just call, it would be the non-emergency number. So if you go to the...
Officer Ma brought brochures to guide the audience when confronted by police matter-related circumstances.
It's easy to go to court. You don't have you don't need a lawyer. Ask me, I'll tell you how to do it. You do it yourself. Thing.
Now, what is the statute of limitation on those things?
There's a 6-year statute of limitation. So if somebody owe you money, right, you have 6 years to chase them. After that, you lose that right to pursue that. You know, I always tell a client, do it as soon as you get it. A lot of people, they have their credit cards used without consent, right? Yeah. If you always check your credit card transactions. If somebody's using your credit cards without your consent, report that to your credit card issuer, right? And they will dispute that thing. Yeah. Now, if they cannot settle that dispute, all you have to do is put a notice of claim again, that's person, and try to collect that money. Okay, so I want everybody to be sure that never give your credit card.
Emotions got high during the expose of Mabuhay publisher Amado Lugto, sharing his experience in the media industry in Vancouver, Canada.
Consultation fees, which is illegal in Canada.
They're selling the work permit
Yeah, it has to be the employer
for
who will pay
$8,000.
the application, the placement fees. Oh, who is this? Who is this lady?
A long and lonely road for him and his mentor Dave Fernandez, as all newspapers here, according to him, are only publishing sunshine news.
Fernandez and myself, modesty aside, who have been exposing this kind of anomalies, wrongdoings in our community, been received.
He highlighted the different important news they uncovered for the past years.
Evidences, puro, excuse my word, puro walang they don't want to give us the facts. How can we expose these anomalies when we are not inputted with the right facts? But a very good example is the one that happened to me in August of 2004. Way back in 2004, we have exposed, well-known celebrity at that time, for, according to her, she failed to pay her gas station for 50 bucks, it's a honest mistake. Happened with that, I was harassed. First I was harassed. I was asked to retract from that, make a public apology in Vancouver Sun or province-wide newspaper. But I never did because my reasoning is there. We are so proud and we are so happy that many of our kababayans here, they achieved several accolades or awards. But myself, unfortunately, I have received a very unique accolade. I am the first local media person to be charged with libel. They hired a lawyer. I did not hire a lawyer. I defended myself because I know I was right. I have all the necessary facts. If you will also give us the facts, we will expose. We won't be in this building, if we did not defend Multicultural Helping House when some faceless cowards, they try to malign the integrity of these institutions. We were the one who defended them. Ask Tatay Tom. Well-known restaurant, while another newspaper said that they're one of the best restaurants in town. But they're one of the best restaurants in town, but they're harboring or they're hiring undocumented workers. And they got penalized by the Canadian government for hiring undocumented workers. So many more exposures that we did. But unfortunately, sometimes our community, they only like to read the sunshine news, the showbiz news. Try to read the news that are really, of importance and value to us. We only publish the news that matters really to Filipinos.
Yes.
among the other issues discussed during the open forum.
If you have brought your kid to a talent agency, they shouldn't be charging you for any courses or seminars, because talent agents don't really provide courses or seminars. They invest on you to become actors or singers or whatever. So they assume that you are already equipped with everything that you need to know. It's kind of a form of abuse, because you are letting your kids perform for free and then having your friends buy the tickets only to have the revenue all go to the producer, which hasn't really invested anything on your child.
One thing you have to think about, if an agency, if we go back to what was said earlier by Starr, if an agency sit down with you and they spend money on you, that's an investment that they're making in you, in counsel. Because once you trust that individual and you look at their accolades in the industry, that's very important. Look at their accolades. And then if something is not feeling right, sit down and talk with them. If they ever turn away from you and just shut you out, something is wrong with that.
And if and when you do encounter those red flags, I would suggest or recommend that you contact the Employment Standards Branch, or you can go to their website. You would see the list of all the accredited or the licensed talent agency. And if you have to report problems with talent agents, you can go to the Better Business Bureau and the Talent Agents and Managers Association of Canada. So you can all find that online.
A person shouldn't feel lesser about their status being in Canada as a temporary resident, because for one thing, Canada needed you. Another thing is that you have the authority to work in Canada. You didn't come to Canada illegally. Okay, so if you will hire immigration consultant, you will only pay for the professional fee. So the professional fee covers the application forms and to represent you at the Canadian Embassy. So they can act on your behalf. The consultant has to be regulated under the ICCRC. ICCRC is the designated regulatory body of immigration consultants.
The workers are already here, and they follow that they don't have to be charged, but they pay so much in the Philippines for the agency. So what can they do now?
So they paid
the agency in the Philippines, the $10,000. So they're here.
Yeah, so we know that's illegal, so they can make a complaint. Yeah. They can report that.
They complain here in Canada, or they complain?
POEA, they can do that. Here, I think they bring it to the RCMP.
Stop bullying now. Stop the bullying now. Stop, stop, stop. Oh. Set this free at your hand. In mind, stronger than just one. We stand for right of humanity. Stop the bullying now. Stop the bullying now. Stop the bullying now. Stop the bullying now. Stop, stop, stop.
This open forum is the first in Metro Vancouver to help those victims who don't know the proper processes and judicial system in Canada, and to raise awareness amongst our kababayans to be careful not to trust their credit cards and life savings to others. We'll be back with On Spotlight after these messages. Don't go away. There were 250 attendees on December 23, 2012 for the very first Filipino-organized Breakfast with Santa, spearheaded by Winnie Chan, also known as Star Bernardo. This project was funded by volunteers and supporters with special participation from different local businesses. Breakfast with Santa, in cooperation of Lake City Studio Canam Importi, has raised $400 in cash and gathered toys, clothes, and other miscellaneous goods that have been donated to a charitable organization, Aunt Leia's Place.
So my name is Drew Stewart. I work for Aunt Leia's Place, and this is my daughter Ella. She came along because she wanted to see Elmo and Santa Claus, and she wanted to be part of this breakfast event. So Aunt Leia's Place, they've worked with foster kids since 1988. They have a number of different programs. Some work with young foster girls who are pregnant, and they have a home in Burnaby, not far from here, that works with that population of young girls. And they also have another program that works with about 20 different youth who are in care, foster youth, who are coming up to the age of 19. This part of the equation that we try to give to foster kids past the age of 19, it's not paid for by the government. So this is why we come to events like these. This is why it's so nice that we invited Aunt Leia's here this evening.
Overall, it was a very successful event. Santa came.
Yeah, let's have Santa have a... Yes, Santa is in the building. Santa is in the building. Santa, Santa, Santa. He made a grand entry. Look at the kids. They are very happy with that.
And with his friends, brought cheers to everyone.
Transformer. Edie, do you want to say anything to the people? I'll translate. Everything is okay. Santa has brought all of his friends out today to participate in this. What a fantastic day. There is the mermaid. They have to bring her in because, you know, she has the mermaid tail. There she goes, the mermaid. Is that correct? Snow White? Oh, okay. There we go.
The breakfast was amazing. Non-stop entertainment from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m.
So delightful, and seasonal place to go. Let us know, let us know, let us know. So don't save it all for Christmas Day. Find a way to give a little love to everyone, everywhere.
The goal of being able to help out and donate was met. smiles and cheers were on every child's face, making the event an unforgettable family day. It's an event created in a fun-filled environment with a Merry Christmas spirit.
By your donations to Aunt Leah's place.
Walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. Now that's the most important part. Are you ready for this well? Here we go. Everybody, you got it. I want to see those hands together. You got it. You got it. Hey! Get them. That's something the best. Woo-hoo! You better damn all the rest. Oh, yeah. You better damn anyone. You better want anyone I love. I'm stuck on your heart, yeah. I'm hanging on every word you say. You say, oh, but tell us apart. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh baby, I will try to be there. Get a time up. You're the best. That's Luisa Marshall. God bless you all. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone.
So once again, thank you so much to all the volunteers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Marami pong salamat sa inyong lahat. And we hope you enjoyed this event as much as we enjoyed preparing it for everyone.
Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. Let's continue to empower everybody in the community. Everybody. Please don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Be kind. Let's stop bullies. See you next Monday. Bye. Beatrice Boutique and Jewelry. Visit Beatrice Boutique and Jewelry located at 188 East 41st Avenue and Main Street. For the latest fashion in clothes and jewelry, call 604-720-7790.